Hi, this is Chuck Taylor from Nerd 3D Graphics. I'm going to show you Poser 2012's new constraint channel feature. I'm going to use a real-world animation example. As you can see, I've pre-animated Andy here, and he reaches down and tries to grab the cone, only to be met with disappointment. And we're going to make the cone hook to his hand. Instead of using parenting, we're going to use the new feature, Constraint Channels. Now first I'm going to select the cone, and then I'm going to choose from the Object menu, Add Constraint. Then we're going to choose Andy's right hand as the constraint target. Now when you do this, it's going to look like the cone just kind of flies up and gets stuck on Andy's hand, and that is because all of the cone's movements are now controlled by the constraint object. If you select the cone and try and scale it or move it, it simply won't work. It's going to seem like it's stuck, and it's supposed to work this way because all of the cone's movements, scaling, everything will be now controlled by the constraint. So select the constraint object, which is that little transparent box under the cone. It might be hidden inside of your object, so you might have to pick it off the menu. And you can use the constraint object to adjust the controlled object, the constrained object. And now we have what looks like just kind of parented the cone to Andy's hand, and you're probably wondering why we went to all this trouble just to parent the object. But now's when the magic happens. When we added the constraint, the cone got a new channel. So select the cone, and you have at the bottom of the list Constraint 1, and that is what decides whether or not the object is hooked to his hand or not. If you dial it to 0, there's no constraint. The cone does whatever it was doing before it was constrained. When it's dialed to 1, it is constrained. So we'll go to frame 1 in the animation, set a key, then go to just before Andy picks up the cone and set another 0 key. A few frames further forward, now we dial the constraint to 1, and it seems as if Andy has actually picked up the cone at this point. And that's how the magic works. This channel is keyable, it's animatable, so instead of playing stupid tricks, having 2 copies of the cones or setting a lot of keys trying to get an object to change parentage in mid-animation, you add the constraint channel, and when the parent change would have happened, you simply dial constraint to 1. Andy's much happier about this arrangement. He can pick up the cone. Just so you know, this was recorded using Poser's new OpenGL Shadow Preview mode, so you can see something of what the new interface is going to look like. Have fun with constraint channels, and thanks for watching.